Now, at first, when I went to see Robin Hood, I had pretty good expectations, like high expectations, thinking that it's a remake of Robin Hood. That's what I thought. But watching the movie, halfway through the movie, I realized this is not a remake, but a prequel to the Robin Hood movies that everybody knows about. This shows how Robin Hood becomes Robin Hood. They don't even refer to him as Robin Hood throughout this movie. They call him Robin Longstride. So like any Origins movie, it starts off pretty slow, just really slow in the beginning. It's boring, but it's trying to develop the character, so it is pretty important. But after that, it starts picking up with a lot of action, which I thought was necessary for this movie because after all, it is Robin Hood. Two actors that did a pretty good job was Russell Crowe and Cate Blanchett. Everybody else did a okay job, but these two really stuck out. Russell Crowe really stuck out, it was kind of like a Braveheart. That's how he kind of stuck out. It's like this movie was combined with Braveheart and Gladiator. That's what I felt like they try to combine the two movies and make it like those types. Was it even as good as those two movies? I don't think so, but I mean, that's how it tried to be. The directing was pretty good, and if you ask who directed this movie, the same guy who directed The Gladiator, Ridley Scott, directed Robin Hood. But of course, it wasn't as good as The Gladiator because it wasn't as interesting, and it's not supposed to be as interesting because this movie is trying to set up for the sequel. I think that the sequel will be amazing if they continue. The ending of this movie was really good. I mean, it was really good because it's set up for the second one, like I said earlier. I really can't wait for the second one now because the ending of the first one is just like, it just sets up so perfectly for the second one. I don't want to say it because I don't want to spoil it, so when you watch it, tell me what you think about the ending. Now, the rating for this movie. This is the trickiest part because before I saw this movie, I thought this movie was something else. But then when I realized it was an Origins movie of Robin Hood, I leaned towards a better rating. I think that this movie was a 7 out of 10. I think it's decent, watchable at least. It is very watchable, I guess. I mean, it is kind of long. That's the only complaint I have with this movie, is that it's really long. It is 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I think that is too long for this movie. I mean, sure, they have to explain where he came from and all this, but they could have done it in an hour and a half to 2 hours because there was also a lot of scenes where it was just them partying. I think those scenes there should have been at least one party scene, but they have like 3 or 4 party scenes that are like 20 or 30 minutes altogether. So I don't think they really needed all that. There was no need for a party scene all the time. But as I said, I recommend you to watch this movie, give it a shot. Tell me what you think in the comments below. So I created a Facebook fan page for The Movie Critic, and there is a link in the bottom bar below. So like the Facebook fan page and become a fan of The Movie Critic. Thanks everybody.